Going for 2-0, but
very off meta, I think, not having a chamber in the mix
we'll
of
see.
things, electing for the Killjoy instead. But we've seen Roxy playing that the other day. A lot of mid control already seeing her posted outside of
I
mid,
think this
now
was a
creeping
smart pick
forward
from.
towards Suzu.
I think this was a smart pick from FENNEL, and I think on their attack they are always going over towards B, because that was super weak yesterday. Actually, maybe this map
Right now, we
honestly
still
should be
have
FENNEL's.
Roxy
I mean, it should be
needing to
it
activate
should be
that mid
FENNEL's,
lurk.
but we'll
There's a
see.
tripwire she has to get past, so maybe waiting for her teammates to kill Suzu. Trip is broken, and Suzu is just smashing Guild right here. Absolutely insane. The suck over in B-Link too. Kurumi plays off it perfectly. It all starts to fall apart.
Damn,
Prime
clean pistol.
Flawless to kick off this
Really
map.
clean pistol.
Round for FENNEL Esports here. I mean, Guild.
Been impressed with Suzu. Yeah, Suzu and Festival have stood out for sure.
Normally, when you're doing an execute towards that side of the map, you'll have that Fade Cat coming through and clearing out that chamber position. But the chamber player Suzu was able to get away with one, escape too.
Oh yeah, and look, it's all fun and games playing the Killjoy comp really strong in its own right, but there's a reason why so many teams lock in the chamber. It is B long control, and Suzu was on it right there. The 3K, and actually, because of that, she has full armor and rifle heading into this next round, which is just crazy for a round 2.
Yeah, you're not going to see that one every day. And FENNEL will be playing.
Wait, are they going to walk with it? This
that solo chamber.
They're doing the most perfect thing.
Kind of just the standard stuff
If they
on,
burst
on
here,
Yeah, slow contact.
I feel a bit sorry for the Astra. Let's see how the Astra plays this.
The one with
Are they going to
just a
send
ghost
it?
here, so maybe not
Oh, okay,
the
let's see how
ideal
Astra plays
first
this.
contact as the rest of FENNEL can sort of scooch on past, or Guild rather, can get on towards this A site. Maybe a fast retake here for FENNEL if they want to, but the real power hitters in the Raze and the Chamber not quite in position just yet. The overpush
nice,
comes
though.
straight on in to Kurumi, and she is there to get a couple before
Dude,
Claudia
what's her
trades
name?
her out.
For one, that's a gun recovered, and space towards the spawn side. Guild has a comp that is strong in these post plants, so this is getting quite dangerous. Suzu for one, but trades are there. It's only her left, and
wow, okay.
So
So Guild did literally, like I said, the most perfect thing on the eco possible. Have a big thing against people playing retake. I probably would have liked the Astra to fight, but the Astra didn't know about this area either. Yeah, what a good call. I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, what a good call. It was literally perfect for the setup. There was one weak point, and it was over towards A, and it was R, and they actually just went there.
FENNEL now,
So that's huge
putting
for
them in
Guild.
a very tough situation. They put a very heavy investment into that second round and now have to try and make some sort of adaptation. It'll be this fight through mid here initially.
High goes out. Who's getting ults?
From them the other day, where it's
Claudia. Okay, so Claudia one away to get from the ult. We see a 4-person push into middle, smoke up, so we should have a free plant here. The good thing about this as well is they're gonna kind of be stacked for the next round in terms of ults potentially. Let's see if Claudia can get a kill.
Very sus of what's going on here. You still haven't heard anything on site. It's just Roxy here running into a multitude of players swinging into
That's a rifle. They need to protect this.
And a rifle now into the hands of FENNEL.
But that's information now. Guild's reaction should be a push either into Art or towards the spawn side. And you see their idea is to take space outside of Secret.
Positioning from Karu over in Art could potentially set up the team with a couple of flashes as they work out of A main, but the deep hold Guild have had, actually just fighting into it, electing to take those very long-range fights, sets them up very nicely. And
okay, well, she definitely got a kill. She actually locks up 3, so Fade ult into the most important rounds. Fade ult is crazy strong over towards A. I mean, it's kind of crazy strong over towards every site. You have to get to this point to use it on B the majority of the time. It's a very good map for a Fade ult in general.
So you'll see teams sometimes going for the kind of opening gambits with her instead.
They sent a rifler hunting. I think they all had rifles, so it was like
gambits, or instead of sort of blitzing out onto a site using your paint shells if you're able to rotate over quick.
Okay, Suzu has ult, full buy, low money, stun, suck. Dude, they... Okay, it's some good overwhelm. They forced the TP out, but they don't know that they forced the TP out. Orb's getting stacked into Anna as well. Sorry, Anya.
Roxy and Ness, although they are noted out by Kurumi, who's just going to fall back now. Just play wait for the rest of her team to
If they want this orb, that's an ult as well. That's a Killjoy ult. We saw them do it in this corner earlier. I say earlier, yesterday, and it was really strong. We have a raise nade, but the chance of having a lineup to stop this, maybe they went over it in server time. Let's see. Let's keep an eye on the raise. Any kind of nade?
Yeah, they're just gonna fall back, play 5-player retake on this one. Looks like Suzu
definitely would have been some kind of lineup that they could have done on the top of this, I'm pretty sure.
Just gonna call it back, TP back towards the team, but that means this plant is going to be uncontested, right? No one's actually fighting out. The rotations from FENNEL are just waiting until the full commit is there. And Smurfette going to play forward here in towards B-Link. The flash is good, and the kills come through.
Nice ult as well. That's information. It's information on the last three. Astra can come join them. Nice round from Guild. And they went and got the A-Orb as well. The Breach is really good at kind of controlling this map, so a lot of the time this A-Orb is actually free to get. Nice trades coming in. Roxy getting 3 kills as well, so use this ult 3 out of 7.
Look, everyone on Guild
this is nice from Guild.
They
just had a bit of an ult advantage into this, so it became a little bit easier.
On this team, but even in the loss the other day, very, very solid performer for the team. Can always rely on her. Even though she's, playing the Sentinel role, you think maybe not so much going on there. Always finding, whether it's the lurks or the late rounds.
If you look at tomorrow, do ban Pearl. I'm not sure how good their Pearl is.
This team never wanted to be down in the lower bracket. EMEA's best. Another life on the line. They went from teams like G2
I'm not sure.
Looking fantastic regionally to now playing from a pretty tough
kind of depends.
Early in this lower bracket, already some giant
I think even though that does so much damage, 10 HP.
Has funny neon ability, so can just completely escape it, no problem.
Just running through all the utility there. I'm actually glad we saw like the top-down mobile view of that one. To see all the abilities going down. Is Karumi with the push-up with Suzu. He's able to pick off.
I think the G2 comp, it looked really impressive. After watching it back a little bit, obviously they had some nice set strats, but there was a couple of rounds where timing came into it, so I don't know. I'm not sure I would be that scared against the G2 Pearl, but it did look really strong.
Unfortunate because all of a sudden this insane flank doesn't actually give you that value of a kill.
But what it does give you is spawn control. They can plant for this space and hold on to it.
Okay, they plant and they take spawn. Still though, everyone's in a good position. This Lombot's out of range. It must be.
I believe Roxy should be in range of that one, and yeah, Suzu is going to call off the late A main.
Okay, good shot either way.
The entire team now geared up to push in towards Art. That's really hard to break out of.
Claudia actually wanting to take a fight early here. Finds Stu for it. Festival back on the trade. Only one rifle available now for FENNEL, but they'll scale quickly into this site and sees.
Nice from Guild, pretty comfortable in these rounds.
There from Anya, so no worries for Roxy.
Man, it might have been all friendship on the walkouts.
Every single time they go to these big buy rounds, they have an ult.
In a round like that, they are not here to mess around.
I think Anya was the only one showing her true self in those walkouts.
Everyone else just put on the mask, and now it comes off. All of a sudden, it's slipping, and they've got guns. You better watch out.
But for Guild, yeah, they are feeling it. FENNEL, not the only team with the good vibes in their favor here. They will be taking a tactical timeout. Get a word in with Bueller.
Okay, timeout. They have to plan around the breach short here. It's going to be hard.
I hope the Fedora did come into play. If anything, take the timeout to figure out, because he's had a couple of days, right, to try and get the Fedora on, and maybe you just need an extra 60 seconds to make it happen.
Maybe he needs like a comically large fedora that fits over the headset.
Or a comically small headset,
That's an option.
One or the other. It's got to be some kind of maybe
she took the alarm bot back? Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, no fedora.
Yeah, it was definitely out of range then.
On opponent's pause here. The team has talked a lot about the value that he has added since joining this roster. It feels like Guild has kind of had.
Do you think CNW will be able to recover and win like expected to? That's what I have them down to do.
Yeah, and I mean the
I don't know. It's not an easy path for them though.
EMEA game changers. Now with that lower bracket run on the horizon, we'll see what they've got. Anya has the ultimate coming into play right here, so maybe something for FENNEL to keep in mind. Usually does look a little bit better working towards Art or towards the A side of the map. And current positioning does have them set up to concuss over towards Art.
Okay, big buy round now. Astra ult if they want to retake. Astra ult's really good for retaking B, so this setup makes a lot of sense. Get information over towards B and play really heavy over towards the other side of the map. For a fast play.
It's an opener for FENNEL.
Yeah, playing in front of the concuss right
With
there.
that kill,
Necessary.
the Raze
There's
gets
still 2
ult
players
as
in
well.
mid, so Ness gonna walk in, pop the smoke and the suck to guarantee they could break a potential tripwire if it were there. Unbeknownst to them, it was actually over to the B side.
It's interesting.
Of the map, but
The fact that there's no trip in the normal place, they now have to be really wary of a trip here, and I guess the most common place I think it would be here. Dude, just walk that. I was gonna say, the audacity to do this was crazy.
But they don't expect Claudia. Only one. Roxy needs to trade.
This is doable.
Have the chance now. 1 versus 2. Both positions noted. A backstab forthcoming. Spotted on the haunt and sprayed
Nice
through
shot.
the wall. Kurumi shuts
Okay,
down.
that was nice
and
from
FENNEL
them.
have their second.
well played. I mean, it looked like the site was just going to open up straight
Didn't get
right there, but
a
Kurumi's
chance to use
positioning,
a breach ult.
Fantastic playing next to Karu.
Okay, chat, this
Art
round's
right
gonna get
there. Just
real
shuts it
wild.
down completely.
Five
Actually forces
ults up
the
here.
main players, instead of actually taking the side or maybe even pushing towards secret. To sort
The
of
more
fall
and more
back,
I watch
pinch
the
into
breach
Art.
on this
Maybe
map,
had a
I am
chance,
liking it.
Not able to secure that second kill. Really good stuff.
That's how they close things out. Quick shot onto Roxy there, and now FENNEL something to build off of on this defensive side. You really do want to be tallying up these rounds here, but despite what you might think with the Killjoy in the mix, I would say Guild's comp does lean more heavily towards the attack.
Yeah, it is interesting, right? I think
Yeah,
Killjoy
I like
gives
the
so much
Viper a lot
control
on this map.
Over mid, a very different setup for Guild, even in this A pinch, a much slower approach. Smurfette sort of holding hands, not
Here we
handing
go.
holds, with her teammate as they work over towards Art. Still very slow, not instantly executing off of this as both ultimates come on through.
Holy hell.
Finally, Smurfette pushes through, and it's not done just yet.
Damn.
There's 2.
Another stun as well. Excellent out of Smurfette. Site is that of Guilds, and FENNEL don't have a lot of space from which to stage this retake. They've lost art control. The spike is planted open, but Suzu might look to change it. 2 kills for her, only 1 left standing in the link, and she needs to take
Do I still not like Pearl? It's in a...
for the moment.
It's much better to watch than I thought, but it's still in the honeymoon period.
Now a 2 versus 3, and that timer is taking a smoke in their face.
I still haven't seen over like 10 professional games on it yet, so it's still early to just call it. Like Icebox was fun to watch for the first 10 games too.
The odds are just building against FENNEL here, and it's just not going to happen.
Very good post
The A splits look... If it looks like if FENNEL don't shut down Art, it looks really hard for them.
To reclaim Art control. It does feel like when you work towards the A site as an attacker, a lot of times, like if you as a team just fall back after you get the plan to play A main, it falls apart. You need either secret control or you need Art control. And the idea from Guild has been push into secret after the round. Even if we lose our secret players, we need that position. So the fact that it wasn't just 2 players, it was a 3rd there as well. Suzu's like, come on, like how many?
Yeah, the breach looks, especially when teams are using Astra, the breach looks really good.
Yeah, just too many to contend with there. Guild,
Dude, it's fast.
again, head fast towards the
Hit again, straight over towards A. Stun. I imagine there was a suck here. I'm not entirely sure.
This is not the first time
Well,
FENNEL
they-
done this either, you know.
they ensure that they get the orb here.
They're very much leaning towards one side of the map. And what's
Okay,
funny is
keep
they
an eye on the
just
minimap.
don't
They
know,
smoked off
you
the
know?
turret
They're
looking
now
at this.
rotating
There was
back
no
to
one
a
here, but they
position.
should
Wow,
run
they
here
hear
and see the
everything.
smoke.
There's no secrets whatsoever anymore, although the fact
Oh,
that
nice shot.
Ness is so
Keep
late
an eye on
coming
this
up,
duel
we're
at the
actually
top of the
gonna
map
hear
now.
that too. Suzu is aware, and that flank is going to get shut
Chamber
down.
should...
Double flank as well. That's
Okay.
unless Ness contends with Suzu. Big kill from the Astra. Is she ready for the second on this cross? Noise being made, but no swing. Actually just holding, trying to set this late round flank up.
Killjoy goes down, turret goes down.
Only a classic, but an
Oh
ult
boy.
available. That could be
Had
big.
such a timing, I
She
think
can
you gotta
ult
keep
these
going.
players towards long. Her teammates can swing on site. Maybe they can build something of this.
Okay, give me this breach. This breach has really good timing.
This push from Kurumi, just playing inside of the smoke right there.
Oh, dude, the
Is
breach didn't
scouted
want to
out
push for
by
the ult.
dog, and actually the ult on the flank, just like you're talking about. Karu coming around the corner is able to find a big kill. All of a sudden, the
Decided to
round's starting
ult,
get
pushes
real
through
awkward for
2v3.
Guild.
This is messy. Festival able to find a 3rd before she falls. It's just Anya.
This is a nice
Showing
round
us
from
20
FENNEL though,
seconds
no
to
matter
work.
what happens
Knows
here.
that Kaharu is
Going
still
through
holding
middle.
in long, but I'm not sure if she's aware of Len's position.
They
10 seconds, she has to expedite
played
this
off
one,
the default
and
of the
that
turret
might
being
just be
here.
your downfall.
As soon as they saw
Spike
Killjoy,
ready for the second player, isolates
let's
the duel,
wait.
and now a safe position to plant.
So nicely played from Anya. Has the fault line just returned.
But she wants this fight early. She knows Gaharu is low.
Should be good
She
for her.
knows she can win this one early, and
Nice.
the angle's just perfect.
So something that was really cool here from FENNEL is as soon as they spotted the Killjoy over towards B, I imagine this is something that happened in the ante. As soon as you saw Killjoy over towards B, they knew that the turret was 100% in this position. Wait, where are we? In this position, sorry. So pretty much they decided to smoke it, and they had a reaction for this. So I thought that was pretty cool. They have some set stuff to try and punish Guild, and especially the Killjoy. It didn't work, but I thought that was it was cool to note that they had some stuff here. Smoke, give mid control, try and get some kills in this situation.
Guild have been playing, they are just stacking these rounds up.
You should run.
Another one of these Killjoy ults has been earned for Roxy, and Suzu's just pushing towards long, trying to make something of her position.
Breach not in the place for this. Keep an eye on the minimap. Looking like it's going to be an A, but in fact they take middle.
It looks like it is a free site. They have taken the site with 2 players, really just one.
Keep an eye on the race.
Not a fake, but wait a minute. This could actually get weird. Festival, again on one of these fast flanks. Here's these
Oh, the
rotators
timing
coming
for the
back.
raise.
And that might trigger her teammates to tuck in, wait for the flank, but
She was really on top of that.
2 rounds in a row where she's done that.
It's actually ridiculous how this works out. Roxy with the timing, pushing into connector as well. It actually pays off for them, not instantly taking the
Guild
site
is so in control of this game at the moment.
confusion.
But this was kind of how it was, right? Their comp was sick on attack, but then when it came to the defense, they literally couldn't hold B. So after watching yesterday, I think Guild need to try and get as many as possible.
Think about for FENNEL, what exactly is happening in all of these rounds, and Guild are going to be able to take a 7th.
Yeah, FENNEL just going to be forced to save in this one. Already a lot of momentum.
Definitely. And you know what? I feel like everyone yesterday saw all the FENNEL dancing.
Okay.
Right? Like we were actually out in the audience. We like they were having a good time. We were sort of dancing with them.
It was
you know,
fun.
it was a whole lot of fun. But the
What's the
problem
weakness
with
of their
dancing,
comp and
if
defense?
you've
Can't
ever,
hold
you
B.
know, gone, you know, DJ
They
on
play
a stage,
Astra.
you gotta warm up
They play
into it.
Astra
You know,
solo
you don't
holding
just instantly
site.
get out on the
And
dance
it's not a
floor
thing,
and
so
start
you have to
break
play
dancing,
retake.
Right?
And
You gotta sort of
it at least obviously it's only one game that I've seen, but it didn't look strong.
That's what we're seeing from FENNEL right now.
They had another setup where they played the Killjoy here with an alarm bot, but there was still nothing to actually like do anything
They're
here.
trying to find their groove still.
And then once they win a couple of rounds, that's when the
Do I think the
hands get
G2
up in
Euro
the
comp will
air,
work
that's when they
again?
start to
Yeah, I
feel
think
themselves
it has
have a
another
good
win
time.
in it,
It
but
requires
it
those
will
few
never be
rounds to
as
start stacking up for them to build a comeback.
They have to
impactful as it
unlock
was the
dance.
first
They have
time.
to unlock the joy to come back in.
Exactly.
The secret power. We'll see if they have time to unlock it, because
It's
pretty locked down.
What
Yeah,
is this
they are
replay?
no fun
It
allowed.
depends on the.
Right, music
I don't know.
off.
I think you can probably
Unmute.
pick it apart,
The music has
but
died.
it's also hard to play against because you kind of have to keep
Really tragic to see.
kind of have to use your
The
chamber
absolute
trip a bit
destruction
different, I
of
think.
in the server, but maybe there'll be something more in this round.
I
Anya
don't
does have
know.
ult, though.
They are about to zoom into the site. There is no safe area on this map whatsoever.
Oh my.
Gaharu is just sort of
The
tucked
Raze
back in
nade
the
was
secret, has somehow
huge.
survived this festival. Trades 1 for 1.
And there's another one of these flanks wrapping back through in mid, but it will just be Roxy taken down. Claudia falls as well. Smurfette needs to work her way in and try and take a fight here, even the odds, but she's getting hounded down by this utility. Doesn't matter. Run and gun the fade away onto the Astra player. And now only 3 left.
Yeah, I have no
There's
idea
nothing
about the
to do.
no-name
It's a
bug.
tour de force, but it's fine if you find the right angle. Nets is down. Smurfette
Ooh,
spotted,
nice reveal.
and Suzu just doing it all.
Oh yeah, closing out the round with a couple of op shots to get that one done, but also I think a great adaptation from FENNEL. Playing 3 players in art, knowing that Guild keep pushing.
Yeah,
one
I think
by
with
one
the
into
Sage,
art, it's
what
all
you're
about
saying
the
is true,
post-plant
but
art control for them. So I think that is something they
without
need
the
to carry
Sage,
into these last 2 rounds of the
it
half.
doesn't.
Yeah, another
too
big
much,
round
I think.
for Suzu too. She is
Oh, yeah.
the newest addition to this roster, technically just on loan from Zeta Division, but her story's been really cool, right? She was the first woman in the Japanese servers to hit Radiant from Japan. On top of that, like coming into this team, it was this idea of like, hey, I'm kind of the odd one out here. I'm not used to it, but at this point, like, she's talked about like how much the team is just brought her in and how good the vibes have been. Just they all feel like friends.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
I mean, it's crazy. You
Holy
literally
hell, that
see
was
that
nice.
on stage, right? Dancing together, hugging each other, high
Dude,
fiving.
if the nade went a little bit more
does
around
feel
the
like
corner,
such a
oh, that
solid,
has mad
tight-knit
potential, by the way.
between one another, that there is no odd person out. Just
That
does
combo
not
has so much
exist with
potential if
this
you went
squad.
over and did that server time a little bit better.
Absolutely not, but we'll have to see if they can convert a little bit more often.
It was a nice try.
Back to this setup in lane, contact off the trademark. Hasn't really been tested yet, but Smurfette gets in, gets out. Quick operation from Dill.
Guild's attack's really good on this map. I like a lot of their stuff.
Guild have been very good, I think, at not overcommitting into any area. Right now they're just zooming into B-Link, but still not necessarily fully sending it.
Chester, what's up, dude? Thanks so much for using Prime on me. 3 months since Slug Club. Oh my god. I felt like I saw that exact play yesterday. Same thing, missing just an insta shot. I think it was Ness as well, I'm not sure.
The Vandals winning that one out, down long. Absolutely ridiculous from Ness. She has been so good thus far in this tournament. I think she is like probably the most underrated player on this team. She might even be the best player on this team.
She is just owning it. I mean, even in this game, just like the most like Giga Chad swings ever too, right? Like who does that? Just sprinting down long. You could pull back star or anything, you know. No, doesn't care. Is just gonna actually take that fight up against the operator every single
Flowing
time.
rocks, dude, they've been really good.
That one hurts, and I think FENNEL just gonna save these ultimates here. Maybe even save the rifles too with just one more round.
The POW games especially have been like really fun to watch.
Back in their spawn. Yeah, no saving today.
It's still in the
I do appreciate
still in the sweet spot where
to get the knife
a set comp isn't been like proven to be the best, so lots of ideas are being brought to the table basically.
So a bit of a dishonorable Prime Gaming flawless for Guild there, but still do love to see it for them.
Yeah, I got all my VODs on YouTube if you want to check them out.
You know, just absolutely brutal. Watch this again. The knife.
Actual NT there. And you can see Guild's laughing about it too. They know
You're allowed to use a macro for jump throw? I don't think so.
Suzu stepping up forward, down long, just that Sheriff in hand.
Okay. Like I said, I do think there is a big weakness for this Guild comp on defense. So if FENNEL can get this last round and a pistol, I think it should be really close, but I think they need both of those.
For FENNEL to find flanks or whatsoever because of how well Roxy's controlled mid. And well, the Astral Ult is in play too, so it's a free plant.
No duelist comp? With a with a Sage though, right? I take it.
Be Guild able to just play this post plant long, and oh, they've got a lurk. It's Roxy just applying pressure. Kind of a crazy repeat to take, but she wins it out regardless. And Smurfette has one of her own. Confidence flowing here for Guild, and FENNEL not much more to work with on this retake.
It's a really good half from Guild.
Have that rifle utility to work with too. It's something.
The
it is
losing the eco on the second round hurt them a little bit.
They actually managed to get out on site.
They have just been locked out for eons.
Yeah, there's double mollies on the spike too. Like, you gotta act quickly. You gotta act now. And yeah, there's a kill traded back by Len, but still just a 2 versus 5. Claudia entrenched ready to trade, swing off of her teammate.
It's still pre-nerf.
Takes away. I mean, the round just lost
for the fade.
It's done and dusted. FENNEL taking a little bit too long.
That's a strong
on
half.
That retake, and Guild do claim 9.
I mean, maybe if they win pistol, but I think it's gonna be too hard.
I love the way that they're manipulating the map with this Killjoy.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the way Guild needed to bounce back, right? You don't expect the EMEA #1 seed to fall down into the loser's bracket to begin with, but to come out with a really strong showing on the first half, full confidence on these swings
World
as
Cup,
well.
England.
They feel
but I won't watch that much. I'll watch some of it.
Yeah, well, a bit of an opportunity for FENNEL to recuperate, maybe come back stronger in the second half.
I'm one of those people that if they start doing well and they get far, then I'll start watching. But I won't like go out of my way.
Thank you so much, guys, and you know, great showing in that first half.
Sylph,
Sapphire,
Sylph, 25 months. That's so crazy. Chat, let's get a lot of slugs in for Sylph. Thank you so much, dude.
They were just basically guns
25 months.
Yeah, we saw a lot of confidence, especially in round 7 is a perfect example. Smurfette is
all is good, dude. How you doing?
Great quick entries on that Neon, and this is what we wanted to see from her.
It is boomer slugs. If you want to put them in.
Here, and while she does get these 2 frags, the team gets the side. It was beautiful. It's a early plant. Suzu does punish them, but then there's another layer of that. They're pushing so much, but then Anya is waiting for them, and they finish up the round. Just beautiful retake.
I love what I'm seeing here because I was talking about how nervous Guild was yesterday. This is not the same Guild that I'm seeing today. I see a little bit of mistakes,
Guild
you
look,
know, being overheated
I don't know.
but the way that they're setting themselves
They looked
for
strong
victory
yesterday on the
is
attack half,
insane.
so
That was a double
I don't want to
stop
judge
because
too
first you
fast.
get the breach ult, then you get the neon one,
Cool
and
to see
I
Sapphire
wanted
on the
to take
desk,
a
yeah.
look,
It's
moving ahead, moving forward.
I
To
like
two players that
seeing
need to close this
observers
one
do
up. They need a very, you know,
other stuff as well, I
determined
guess. It's
both
nice to
Anya
get
and Ness, 'cause
recognition.
they have to be the ones in charge of stopping Festival. You know, this first half, let's say we needed Zuzu to be the one shutting down.
No team at the moment, Phoebe.
That didn't happen. So if we want Guild to secure this map, we need Anya to keep doing what she's brilliantly doing. The timing for her utility is literally perfect, and we need to keep the same Ness with the stalling potential. Looking back every single round, she was everywhere.
Yeah, really, you could see the setups.
There's definitely some star players. There's definitely some star players, but it's still too early to call like a yay equivalent.
Look at the tape before.
But there's definitely some people that are
correct here as I look back. I mean, it
at
was
least
not as great
have
for
the potential to.
Shopify definitely took advantage. Maybe that's where FENNEL is looking for that success. Maybe that is where the homework is. Let's go ahead and send it back.
Next, we need to get the guy who missed the simples 1v2. Let's leave Prius in the back.
Well, for FENNEL fans, this round is very important. You lose this pistol, and the game might just slip out of your grasp.
What do you think Crew lost to X10? X10 had way better strats.
There's not a chamber.
I actually think Crew had better aimers for sure, but X10 had just better strats by far. They were way more prepared.
I just really
like it wasn't even
how
close.
Roxy has crafted this Killjoy alarm down towards long, the turret in B-Link too, so no real chance to find any pinch in that area of the map, but FENNEL not overcommitting just yet, just trying to find an opening pick for Suzu. She was strong, even in
When's
a 3-9
VCT actually start? Feb,
on the defense. So
like
give her
14th
the
or
chance
16th?
to take these
Something
kills,
around there.
Maybe can spin things around.
Yeah, and I think what's cool about Killjoy on this map is it kind of, in a way, solves
Oh boy,
teams that will
good luck,
always
Astra.
break the trip in Link. You have to commit a lot more to get rid of that turret. There's a lot more spots that work for it as well.
Yeah, and we saw like Guild the other day sort of putting Astra Stars. You can see that B-Link. See how that Astra Stars right there? That's going to be a pullback.
Oh,
right? The second the turret fires,
okay, they
are
decide to
tagged
go back.
from the turret, so
They
you
eat
move
the
slower,
stun.
then you get pulled, and the
Nice.
swing comes in. It's brutal.
It's cool
No,
stuff,
not really.
but Guild could be in trouble here. They're a bit trapped in main. A late pinch coming through. They need to win this fight towards Art, but they're succeeding at it. Anya
They win the
for two,
duel.
continuing her reign
Good
there.
instant
Actually,
decision to
Smurfette
go
pick up the second as her teammate
duel this, but this
falls,
smoke
and
goes down soon,
very
right? Like
aware of
3
this play in
seconds?
main.
I can't remember when it went out.
Within the smoke, biting her time is her team actually hasn't rotated over. I'm not
Done
sure if they're
everything.
aware of this spike being down just yet.
Oh, they are. Smurfette just said, I can do it on my own.
Oh,
Maybe a little bit ill-advised as Len is right there to get the shot.
no, I think it was a good idea.
You think so? Maybe. I mean,
I believe in Smurfette, but
oh no, the clock is
also believe in
ticking
Len.
down. Well, here's the thing, right? Is Len was really hoping to find a fight. Now the clock ticking so far down, 12 seconds. Two
getting
players
caught
in
here.
Art gonna swing just before the plant is gonna come on through. Suck
Well,
there as well. Ness finishes the job.
This might be
All right, well, that's an easy wrap
this
up
might be it.
here for
If I'm
Guild.
FENNEL
They'll
here,
hit
I'm
double
probably
digits
buying.
off the
And
pistol,
then
if
you're
FENNEL,
buying,
unless
you're
they force into
probably
this
gonna
round,
hit A
it is
split
gonna be
pretty
very
fast.
tough for them to convert
Just
this.
because the
Okay,
guns
so
aren't
here's
best
the
long
thing.
range unless you
Okay,
buy some Marshals.
I don't know. It's going to be tough for them because they didn't actually, or they did manage to get a plant, so maybe they could go for something on their own. I don't think that is going to end up being the call for them. And I actually want to instate some rules for round twos because I feel like a lot of the time we really, you talk about the game, but it's like it's SMGs versus pistols. Like, let's look at it.
Smurfette is
So,
a name.
I believe the conditions
Straight out of
for
Smurfs,
hard
right?
analyzing a round two are as follows.
Okay.
One is the losing team of the pistols forced out the round, and the second is the team that one pistol loses two players. Then there's a chance for it to spin
They
around.
lost one player.
No, we don't talk about it just yet.
That's
We wait for the second to come
that's
through.
a gun.
Then we start to believe.
Oh no, they did something aggro on Eco.
I'm waiting.
They did something aggro against an Eco, they've given them a gun.
Surely we've met the rules already.
That's sort of, well, no, they picked that up.
Okay, we've met the rules.
We've met the
now,
rules.
FENNEL
Talk
has
about the
2
game.
kills, and Guild has a Bucky left. This could be a catastrophe for the EMEA first seed, as they're down to just 2 now. FENNEL's been able to split all the way through.
Do you know
into
the
this
biggest
B site,
difference?
and now Roxy
Do you know
has
the
a
biggest
shotgun
difference
and
out
it
of
goes for the retake.
VCT and game changes?
You don't think that's
And it's
ideal?
not the difference that I
Probably
thought it
not.
would be. It's literally
I don't know, right?
the
Like,
approach
used
to
be pretty good.
ecos.
Oh, she switches up with the Ghost. It's not the Bucky that's going to do you, and it's the Ghost, the Molly too, to push Festival off this angle.
I'm not saying that it's great in
Also believe
VCT
here's
either,
a
but
interesting choice from Festival to eat
there's
up some
been way
damage
more thrifties in this.
earlier peak timing.
You reckon they think?
But look at
You reckon
Roxy,
they
she's
thought they were gonna
contacted
buy?
So close. Len
What?
not ready for her. Another kill on the Ghost.
Holy hell!
What the hell is
Holy
Roxy
hell!
doing?
How on earth has Roxy hit
is
these
just
shots?
unreal.
She's so clutch.
With the Ghost is just finding all of these kills, turning it completely around. Guild managed to win that.
Revise the rules. You can never count Guild out of a second round. without
Yeah,
the money.
that's crazy.
Unbelievable. I just don't even know what to make that Festival too, finding the headshots.
Dude, give us the what are these Roxy kills?
That's just a certified Roxy moment. She's been so good.
I mean, the heartbreak again for Fennel. It feels like they did everything right.
Dude, you don't
that
give me
round.
you don't
And
give me
then
first person for that.
one
Oh my
killjoy
goodness.
with a Ghost. It's in the name. What can I say?
I'm not biting on that one. Not funny.
Denied. Joke denied. Okay, that hurts.
You just don't get comedy. I'm sorry.
Prius.
Okay, that's your job now. I'm serious mode. Oh man, it's Smurfette with
It's
the
actually
early
not his
push.
fault, but
I mean, good news for Fennel.
the
is
sake
that
of it, it
still,
is.
Of course, they're gonna have rifles coming into this one. Bad news is Kurumi already out of the picture.
That's a tough one to recover from. Something good for Fennel, though, is Festival. She's in a pretty
Ooh.
solid position here.
And check
locked up
this
through
out. I gotta note, Fennel smoked off the Killjoy turret. So that's something that is a much more difficult, I think, to do with the chamber trip that's a little bit more out in the open, but that will allow them
nice
to actually
smoke.
get all the way up into connector.
Roxy should be aware. She saw
Yeah,
that
she
smoke,
saw it.
So they're very, very aware of this possibility. You see Smurfette working her way all the way through to contain the possibility of this spawn push.
Is she ready for two players, though? Chances for Fennel to trade one another out, or Suzu just to instantly get this kill. Still a tough position to walk into, but Len is good on the shots. Now Anya moving forward. Festival right here around the corner, though, but Anya is just better.
What an adjustment out of her. Excellent thus far in the series, and now a big bit of space to work with. Art reclaimed, and Roxy splitting from the spawn side. She'll have to relent for a moment with this aftershot coming through, and she is being flanked, but it could get awkward here. aware,
Roxy's
though. So
nah,
ready
she's
again from Roxy.
she
This
actually
Killjoy
just
does
saves
not
them
stop.
all the time.
But Suzu, yeah, that task just too tough. A 12th round to Guild.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a tough one because it feels like Fennel really creative ways, smoking off the turret and then pushing down deep into connector. Very clever idea to come into the round, but just in the fights, Guild winning out nearly every single one. It's hard because you
left
outthink
Ramirez
the round,
12-3,
it feels
yeah.
like you figure out exactly how you want to play it, but the fights just aren't there for you. Festival dropping here really shouldn't happen. It's not really something you can fix, I think, in comms. It's just gotta be better.
Go to
played.
G2?
Gotta
I
be
think
stepping
G2's
up
better.
in the moment here against a very
But
strong Guild roster.
I'm down for a
Guild is looking
rematch to
excellent
find
right
out.
now, and Fennel feel a little bit outclassed. They're going to have to dig deep in this timeout and find something if they even want to have a chance, if we even want to start discussing the possibility of a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be Spectres and Bulldogs, it looks like here, just around the 3,000 mark in
Maybe they
terms
should
of,
just buy Ghost.
credits.
Summary on what's been
Yeah,
happening.
If Roxy taught
Though,
us anything,
like,
lock in the Ghost and
Guild got off
that's
to
one of the
a
guns.
crazy start on
Don't
attack.
think
Like they
that's
kind
what
of
Coach is
snowballed. They
gonna
had
do
all ults up
this
for
time
buy
around,
rounds.
but you
Like
never know.
that's
I would hope he
that's
would,
kind of
maybe
how
something
the
like
first
that
half
would
went.
say. I'm sure
With
he
this, I don't know. A lot of it's just been
hope that.
Roxy
Honestly,
getting
I think
a lot of
they
angels one.
identified a potential weakness in the defense, right? Being able to smoke off the turret.
If I do
If
like
they
the
were to
fastest,
show early B long presence and maybe pull Roxy out
if I
of
do the
B
fastest
link, they
recap.
could get past that turret without her re-peeking and seeing the smoke on the turret, because that's the value of the smoke there is, well, if no one's actually playing down in B
Lieberman,
link,
it's not
they're
a good
aware
question.
that you could have crossed in that time
Sure.
window. That's not the idea here. A lot of presence towards A main, not overcommitting though, as a couple of players still going to be working down B long, Suzu in particular.
And look at this, Roxy saw the gap that got created and instantly
love
changed
that.
it. New setup, so good out of her and Guild. Every round they have something new. They're not getting
Yes.
complacent even though they're stomping.
And it's the Killjoy setup is in B link because they're pushing down B long. You don't need the alarm there to guard for that. Fennel blitzing out onto the site. Great opener by Len, traded out by Festival too. A very winnable round still here for Fennel.
But they have to deal with the Loch Ness monster lurking in her smoke, ready to pounce out of the water and find something here. In the 3 versus 3, her teammates slow to jumps.
Oof, that's so unlucky.
Reswing is good. First kill found. And now only 2. Fatal will be committed for Karumi. There's a player in main as well. Karu, does she swing?
And they found out where the last
Spotted
is. Damn,
outside
this
the
was
utility.
so
And
dominant.
Ness is there. She's activated from the deep. Guild is ready. 13
That was really
to
dominant.
3, a dominant map number 1.
Damn. Okay,
Absolutely
well,
smashing
that
opening
was
here.
Fennel's map.
Guild giving them the business on that one. Look, I think favorites coming into this match definitely Guild. Fennel, the underdog.
Fennel don't start
with
their first
just
map
a
off well.
great
That seems to be a
story,
thing.
but even this was a wider gap than I was expecting.
Yeah, after what we saw from Fennel yesterday, being able to take that map, even they themselves were saying, hey, we're surprised by that. We feel like we can do anything now. It really felt like they were on course to make this one.
They don't want a late night.
Guild just
Yeah,
so
they're going
ready,
for it.
So disciplined and showing so many different looks in that game.
Next 10 minutes going to be very important for Fennel.